What's up, people? Welcome to the New Jersey real estate license crash course. Basically, like if you're taking the New Jersey salesperson real estate license exam, this is like a quick review where I'm not gonna. It's like multiple choice, but I give just the answers. That way you don't get confused. Because sometimes people do the quizzes and then they do the is it A, is it B, is it C, is it D? No, I'm just gonna do the question and then the answer. That way you don't get your mind confused of like what's the correct answer. All right. So if you like this video, if you feel like it helps you, please it will help me if you subscribe, and if you like the video, that way I can make more videos on regarding like my journey of my real estate license and hopefully New York license and then more licenses as far as real estate. All right. So yeah, so let's get started. Let's not waste any time. All right, let's get started. All right, these are the true and false questions. The New Jersey Real Estate Commission could assess a total fine of $15,000 against a licensee for their first two violations of the New Jersey Real Estate Licensing Act. This is true. That's a true statement. All right, they could charge you $15,000 for the first two violations of the New Jersey Real Estate Licensing Act. All right, that's true. All right, number two, whatever. The New Jersey Real Estate Commission could permanently suspend a license on a first offense. True, they could suspend it right away. That is true. All right. Okay. Number three, the broker of record is required to keep permanent records of unaccepted offers for 6 months. That's false. That's false. The person that's supposed to keep the record is the broker, actually. And yeah, it is 6 months. Oh, I'm sorry. It was false because it said 6 years. It's really 6 months. Like if you get a broker, if you're a broker or if you're a salesperson and you work for a broker, the broker has to keep record of like all the unaccepted contracts for 6 months. So basically the contracts that didn't go through, right? Number four, the broker is allowed to have their own funds in the escrow account as long as full disclosure of the amounts is made to their clients. False. You can't mix broker money with like your money. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So that's false. All right. Now, this is supposed to be multiple choice, but I'm not gonna give like the wrong choices. I'm just gonna give you the right answers. All right. Which of the following would be the NJREC be? Which of the following would the NJREC be prohibited from imposing on a license for a first violation of the Real Estate Licensing Act? A fine of $10,000. Yeah, it was supposed to be $15,000, not $10,000. So, a fine. No, you could get fined $10,000. Oh, the first violation is $10,000, and then for the first two violations could be $15,000 against your license. So first violation is $10,000. All right. Okay. How long must a broker maintain records of escrow funds? Of the escrow funds. 6 years. They must keep the records for 6 years of the escrow account. All right. Okay, that was unit 1. That was really quick. So let's now get to unit 2. It's gonna be like a quick crash course. All right. So, all right, we're in unit 2 now. All right. The New Jersey Real Estate Commission rules and regulations are set forth in the New Jersey Real Estate Licensing Act, Title 4515. That's false. Oh wait, that's true. That's true. The New Jersey Real Estate Commission rules and regulations are set forth in the New Jersey Real Estate Licensing Act, Title 4515. Okay. Number 2. Every candidate for a real estate license of any type must be at least 18 years old. Yeah, 18. You gotta be at least 18. True. All right. Which of the following licenses permit a license to change a commission for selling real estate? Which of the following licenses permit a license to charge a commission for selling real estate? A broker's license. You know what I mean? That, it permits you a license to charge for a commission. Alright? So you have to have a broker license first. Alright? To charge a commission for selling a house. Okay. What is the first time licensee fee for a broker salesperson? What is the first time licensee fee for a broker salesperson, including criminal background check, application fee, and guarantee fund assessment? $270. That's the first time license fee for a broker salesperson. Alright, $270. Okay, what are the continuing education requirements every individual licensed as a broker, broker salesperson, or salespersons must meet in order to qualify for renewal or reinstatement? The continuing education requirements. Okay, they will need 12 credit hours total, with 6 hours of core topics, including 2 hours of ethics, 1 hour of fair housing, and 6 hours of electives. So those are the requirements. 12 credit hours total, with 6 hours of core topics, 2 hours of ethics, and 1 hour of fair housing, and 6 hours of electives. Okay, that's for continuing education. To get your broker's license. To get your license is 75 hours. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. That was unit 2. So unit 3. We're just gonna run through this real quick. So we could get it done as quick as possible. Alright, this is the true and false. The New Jersey Real Estate Commission rules and regulations for advertising are intended to let the public know exactly who they're dealing with. True. Yeah, they're intended so they can know who they're dealing with. Like the rules and regulations for a real estate person. If you're selling the house like on your own, like if you own a house and you're selling on your own, you don't have to comply to those regulations, the advertising regulations. Alright? The New Jersey Real Estate Commission regulates real estate advertisements in all media. True. They're supposed to regulate the commission. The commission of the New Jersey Real Estate Commission regulates the real estate advertisements in all media. Okay. They're regulated. Alright. All New Jersey real estate advertisements must indicate the municipality the property is located in. Alright, so you whatever advertising there is, you have to indicate the municipality. Alright. A licensed firm advertising or marketing real estate brokerage services on a site on the internet must include on the firm's homepage the firm's name, the city, and the state's firm's office is located, and the regulatory jurisdictions in which the firm holds a real estate brokerage license. True. Okay. All right. What else? The broker must disclose the payment of the rebate to all parties involved in the transaction, including any mortgage lender. The broker must disclose the payment of the rebate to all parties involved in the transaction, including in any mortgage lender. True. Okay. Advertisements regarding rebates must include a disclosure concerning the purchaser's obligation to pay any taxes for receipt of the rebate, and they notice that the purchaser should contact a tax professional concerning any tax implications. True. That's true as well. Alright. A broker is permitted to represent both the buyer and the seller in the same transaction if they obtain the signed, informed written consent of all parties before entering into a dual agency relationship. All right? So basically, you gotta like sign off. If you have a dual agency, which is basically you could represent like the buyer and the seller, you will have to sign off. It has to be acknowledged from both parties, from all parties. All right. All right. In New Jersey, brokers are required to cooperate with other firms unless the seller signs a waiver of broker cooperation. True. So yeah. So brokers are required to cooperate with other firms unless the seller signs a waiver of broker cooperation. The seller would have to sign that document. All right. All right. At the first meeting with a potential client, the licensee must provide the consumer information statement. Must provide the consumer information statement on New Jersey real estate relationships before any discussion of financial motivation. So, yeah, any potential client, you gotta provide them with the consumer information statement on New Jersey real estate relationships. It's like a statement you have to present like all the buyers before you start talking to them about helping them sell a house. All right. Okay. Let's see. Advance fees paid to the broker require a written account of how the money has been spent be given to the client within 90 days. Yeah. So basically, advance fees paid to the broker require written accounting of how the money has been spent given to the client within 90 days. All right? Okay. Next one is a broker is allowed to maintain multiple escrow accounts. That's true because let's say a broker could have one broker account with one person that he's helping sell a house, another person that's helping another one sell another house, and so you will need different escrow accounts. Escrow accounts, not scroll accounts. Escrow accounts. All right. The role of a broker as the agent of his or her principal. The role of a broker as the agent of his or her principal is a fiduciary relationship that falls within the requirements of the law of agency. All right. All right. A fiduciary relationship is one of trust and confidence between the agent and the principal, in which the client's interests are ahead of all others. So basically, loyalty. That's like the fiduciary. It's called a fiduciary relationship between you and the client. That's what you have. You have to have loyalty. You have to like represent them. You know. By signing the waiver of broker cooperation. Okay. By signing the waiver of broker cooperation, the seller is instructing the listing broker to refuse cooperation with other firms, creating an office exclusive. So you basically, by signing the waiver of broker cooperation, the seller is instructing the listing broker to refuse cooperation with other firms, creating an office exclusive. All right. All right. As a buyer agent, basically, as a buyer agent, the listing broker is charged with finding a suitable property at the lowest price possible while meeting the buyer's terms. All right. So if you become a buyer's agent, that's your job. You have to find them a suitable property and one that that they could afford. All right. A broker acting as a transaction broker has no fiduciary duties to either the seller or the buyer. The broker acting as a transaction broker has no fiduciary duties to either the seller or the buyer. That is true. Yeah. because it's just a transaction broker. It's not like a broker, it's not like a broker sales agent relationship. Then you gotta give them like the fiduciary duties. The fiduciary duties, like give them loyalty and all that stuff that as a salesperson you are that you said you were gonna do. All right, the fiduciary duty of care requires the agent to use their superior skill and knowledge of the real estate market to help the client reach their goals. The fiduciary duty of care. All right. The terms principal and client are interchangeable. Basically, a client is like the principal. It's the same thing. Client, principal, same thing. You call them the principal, you call them the client. Not to be confused with principal interest. That's like different. Principal interest, that's like the money that you would, the percentage that you would pay towards the principal. The principal is like the balance, but they call principal and client the same thing. So, all right, the terms agent and fiduciary are interchangeable. So you could call an agent a fiduciary as well. So when you pass this exam, you'll be an agent or a fiduciary. All right. Typically, after the sale of a home that has closed, the listing broker no longer has any fiduciary duties to the sellers, unless you're gonna help them sell another house. But that's it. The fiduciaries are done. It's like you're basically, when you're a salesperson, you're like a contract agent, like what I mean, like a freelance, basically, something like that. All right. Zoning and building codes are passed by municipalities under the authority of the government's police power. All right. So the zoning and the building codes are passed by municipalities under the authority of the government's police power. All right. All right. A landlord is exempt from giving the truth and renting booklet to transient tenants and tenants in one or two family. I don't understand this question, so I'm not gonna go over it. If I don't understand that, I'm just like gonna go over the stuff that some other stuff I still don't understand, but you might. When you hear it, you probably will, and I probably won't. But most of them, I think I would understand. This is like a review, so it can help you. It's like, let's say you're studying with a friend. It's like the same thing, All right. Which of the following statements is correct I don't have my license yet. That's why I'm doing this now, so you can see the journey of achieving the license. But all the statements that I'm saying are true. It's like it's all book, But I'm just saying it out loud, so you could hear it when you studying instead of reading it. So I'm just reading it and studying at the same time. All right. Which of the following statements is correct with respect to a broker's advertising? The broker must include his or her regular brokerage name. So you gotta have the brokerage name in the advertisement. All right. All residential property listing ads placed by a licensee must specify the municipality. So all residential property listing ads placed by a licensee must specify the municipality. A salesperson may accept commissions from only their employing broker. You can't get the commission directly from the customer unless you're a broker already. But if you as a salesperson, you need a broker. Like, they hire you become like their their salesperson. So basically, the person that's buying or selling the house, they pay the broker, and then the broker pays you your commission, your percentage. All right. After receiving a commission payment, a broker must pay the salesperson's share within how many days? 10 days. they gotta pay their commission within 10 days. So make sure you get paid if you're a salesperson. They have 10 days to pay you. All right. New Jersey real estate brokers may pay a portion of their commissions to any licensed real estate broker anywhere. New Jersey real estate brokers may pay a portion of their commissions to any licensed real estate broker anywhere. All right. So like they split the if they have like open listing where, like, let's say you were the seller of the house and then another person is the buyer, so the person that buys the house is represented by another broker, then you gotta split it that way. But it could be in any state, so they could have a broker from another state. It doesn't matter according to this. All right. In New Jersey, real estate commissions, these are all true. In New Jersey, real estate commissions are negotiable between the broker and the client. Also, may be expressed as a percentage. Also, may be expressed as a flat fee. All right. All right. Who may brokers not split their commission with? Who may brokers not split their commissions with? They may not split their commission with a broker salesperson working for another broker. But they could split their commission with brokers who do not belong to the same multiple listing service, brokers licensed in another state, and brokers licensed in another country. But broker salesperson working for another broker. So basically, a broker could split the commission with another broker, but not with another person that's a salesperson. They have to split it with a broker. All right. A salesperson may accept a commission or other compensation for practicing real estate from which of the following? Only their employing broker of record. That's it. From the broker. All right. We're up to 22 minutes right now, and we're on Unit 3. Let's keep going. Unit 3. All right. Several local brokers recently met and agreed that none of them would change commissions of less than 6%. Several local brokers recently met and agreed that one of them would charge commissions that none of them will charge less than 6% commission. At the same time, they agreed that there would be no upper limit on the amount of commission that any of them could negotiate. This form of informal agreement is illegal. It's illegal, both in New Jersey and federal laws. So this is an example of something that's illegal. Like brokers can't meet up and then like negotiate percentages. You know what I'm saying? Because it's basically, they could like monopolize between 2 or 3 brokerage companies. I'm sure some do it, probably. Some do it, probably. I don't know. But it's illegal in New Jersey. And federally too. So like all over the US. I guess. I don't know. All right. Which of the following cannot maintain an escrow account? A salesperson. You can't maintain you're not allowed to maintain an escrow account unless you're a broker. So after 2 years, then you could become a broker if you want. You take those extra hours and then you could become a broker, and then you could have an escrow. Then you could maintain the escrow account. But until then, you're not legally. You're not supposed to. Which of the following would direct that a listing brokerage firm not cooperate with other firms in selling a listing by completing and signing a waiver of broker cooperation? The seller. Which of the following would direct that a listing brokerage firm not cooperate with other firms in selling a listing by completing and signing a waiver of cooperation? The seller. So basically, the brokers could, but the seller can't. Yeah. An example of a fiduciary relationship is one between a broker and a client, or a broker and a principal. Remember, client is the same as principal. All right. Which of the following is an example of a unilateral contract? An option contract. That's considered a unilateral contract. That is an option contract. It's not like a bilateral contract. That would be like that is agreed between two people, the person that buys and the person that sells. Option contract is a unilateral contract. All right, it's basically like somebody's stating that they would pay somebody this to do this, but nobody has accepted yet. So it's a unilateral contract. It's like a statement. Like anybody that buys this house for $500,000 could have it. You know, that's like a unilateral contract. Like you're just stating that. Yeah. Which of the following is or are essential to a listing agreement between a broker and a seller? There must be a meeting of the minds. So basically, it's essential for an agreement when you come to a meeting of the minds. That's essential, the meeting of the minds. All right, a property listed for $100,000. Okay, a property listed for $100,000. The owner receives an offer for $90,000. Specifying that the offer must be accepted within 3 days. The following day, the seller rejects the $90,000 offer and counters with $95,000. The seller, he says, okay, $95,000 might be cool. The buyer immediately declined and ended negotiations. A week later, the seller contacts the buyer and states that the $90,000 offer is acceptable. So he was like, all right, you got it for $90,000. The seller's $90,000 offer is treated as a new offer. It's treated as a new offer. And if it's accepted, there you go. If it's accepted, then you sold the house or you bought a house. It's a deal. All right. The recession of a contract is termination of the contract and a return to the status quo. A recession of a contract is a termination of the contract and a return to the status quo. Okay. In a land sale contract, the vendor is the seller. In a land sale contract, the vendor is the seller. So when you sell land sale, the vendor and the seller will be the same in a land sale contract. Okay, which of the following statements is true regarding money held in escrow by a New Jersey broker? Okay, the broker may keep a small amount of his or her own money in the escrow account if needed to cover the bank's service charges. So that's it. You can't commingle. If you're a broker, you can't commingle the money, but you could have enough to basically to pay the $15 fee or $20 fee, whatever the bank charges. So that could be your money until you got money in there for the deal. All right. And okay, a listing broker receiving a written backup offer. A listing broker receiving a written backup offer for a property that is under contract must pass the offer along to the seller, no matter how good or bad it may be, and advise the seller in writing to consult their attorney. A listing broker receiving a written backup offer for a property that is under contract must pass the offer along to the seller, no matter how good or bad it may be, and advise the seller in writing to consult their attorney. So no matter what, basically, you as the salesperson, you gotta tell your client whether it's a good deal or a bad deal about the deal. You know, if it's like, let's say it's a house that is probably not that good, but they might like the obligation is to show them like as much as you can. All right, so that was everything until chapter 3 of the book of 2024. It's not the book of 2025, but they're about the same. So it's basically the beginning of the book. There's about 22 chapters, I believe. So this is on the first 3 chapters. So it took about 30 minutes. So it was about 10 minutes a chapter. Well, the first chapters they didn't take that much time. The last chapter, there was like more information. All right. So this is the first video. So I'll label it as video 1, and yeah. So please like my video, subscribe. This is the first video, so I'm really not that professional with it yet, but I'll get better with time. But at least you get like a realistic idea of studying, and hopefully it could help you with your exam, and so you can pass. All right, so let's pass this shit. Let's pass this test. All right, everybody. I'm trying not to curse so I could be more professional. All right, everybody. Also, we have Airbnbs. This video is sponsored by Pro and Leisure Suites. We have Airbnbs in the New York, New Jersey area. One in Flushing, New York, one in Englewood, New Jersey, and one in North Bergen, New Jersey, as of this moment until April. Then back in April, we go back to more Airbnbs when Airbnb season starts. And also look out for possible Dubai investment property information. All right, everybody. Yeah. Or you guys could call. Feel free to call our toll-free number 1-855-PRO-AIRB for Airbnbs in New Jersey, New York area. 1-855-776-2472. Same as Pro-AIRB. Or if you like to use WhatsApp, you're in another country and it's easier for you to WhatsApp, you could text, you could voice text reservations, or if you guys are coming to New York, New Jersey, you could text, voice text, and I'll send you the information through WhatsApp. The phone number is 347-410-4608. 347-410-4608. And the website is suiteforpros.com. Yeah. All right. Thank you for listening, and let's pass this test. All right, everybody. Take care. Bye, everybody. How you turn this off?